Hello, everybody. Welcome to my 3-month post-op gastric sleeve update. It has been officially 3 months today since my surgery, which took place on August 12th. Let me start with stats. I was at 231 pounds when I started. And yesterday, I weighed in at 189 pounds. So it's a 42-pound weight loss in 3 months. So, woo-hoo! I definitely can see a difference. I get, when I look at myself, I see my stomach is shrinking, my arm fat is sagging less, and my legs look really thin. There's still a little bit of thigh fat, but it's not that bad. And it's, the stomach itself is, I know the area that's going to take the longest, but it's shrinking. Like I can see it visually. So it's pretty awesome. And all the clothes I've been able to fit into has just been the best part ever. So that's been enjoyable. So now that I'm at the 3-month point, I wanted to take stock of the things that I initially started out, like my goals, and the things that have worked out and been successful, and the things that haven't really been going so well. So I'm calling this my big wins and epic fails video. So first off, I just really am so thankful for this surgery. I'm so grateful for it because I know there's people out there who posted how how the surgery just didn't really do anything for them, and I'm not exactly sure why. I don't watch those videos because I don't want that negative energy. I don't want to hear about how other people hated their experience because so far my experience has been really good. And I'm trying to fight off the skeptical side of myself that is always so prone to feeling like weight loss is an area of failure for me. Like I inevitably, I'll lose some weight and I will inevitably gain it back. And that was part of the reason I hesitated to do the surgery to begin with. I was afraid that it was just going to be an expensive weight loss attempt where I was still going to gain back the weight because I was going to be 200 for the rest of my life. There's just that part of me that is so traumatized from all the attempts and the struggles with weight loss. So, so I'm trying to fight that negative little voice in my head. Like even when I weigh in, like there's always this fear. Like if I have a candy bar, like not even a real like whole candy bar, like I'll have a little candy bar, like one of those fun size, and I'll be like, oh my God, I've just destroyed my diet. I'm going to gain a pound. Like when I weigh in, I'm expecting to gain weight. It's ridiculous. So I still have that fear in the back of my head that ultimately it's going to fail. So I'm trying to work against that. And I feel like the difference has a lot to do with the actual surgery because there are times where I feel like, oh, I want to eat more, but I can't. Like my stomach physically will not allow it. Like I will have epic heartburn, which I'll talk about later a little bit more. But it's like I physically cannot sabotage myself. Like the stomach won't let me. And it's like a reminder, like, hey, hello, remember this? Remember this sleeve thing you did? Yeah, it's not going away. And so it's forcing me to kind of like, oh yeah, oh, okay, like readjust and not go off the deep end where if I didn't have the surgery, I could easily go off the deep end. Especially right now with the holidays, potlucks are in full swing now at work. So there's this food everywhere. There's like the potluck, there's the pre-potluck, the day after potluck. There's like always food around, and it's never healthy food. It's always sugar and carbs, and it's just like all around you. And then there's like just like the special events, birthdays and holiday events where food is like the main center of the universe. So trying to navigate through that should be fun. But I've survived Halloween and I survived the potluck too. Like I actually did partake in the potluck, but very tiny portions. But still, the whole time I felt like, oh my God, I'm completely ruining my diet. I'm pigging out. I feel like such a pig. And it's funny because I'm really eating so much less than I normally would, like tiny little plates of different things. And I kept going back and getting a little bit more. So I definitely, my calorie count for the day hit like maybe 12, 1300, 1400, I guess. Um, which is nothing compared to like back in the day when there was a potluck. I could probably hit over 2000 calories easily in one day. So for me to hit 1500, I mean, that's still actually a safe range to be in to lose weight. But for me, in my mind, I'm like, I've destroyed my diet, so I'm like dealing with that trauma. So, um, I don't know if that'll ever completely go away, but I definitely have noticed some changes in the way I think and feel that I've never had before. So those would be the first things I want to talk about as my big wins. So like I've become that person who feels bad if I can't work out. Like if I go more than a day, like if I go a whole day without working out, it feels wrong. Like I feel like the next day I better go work out. Like it's like I don't know, it's like brushing your teeth. Like you can't not brush your teeth. It feels totally wrong. That's how it feels now. And I don't think I've ever had that dynamic with exercise. Like I've gone through phases where I work out and I'm pretty good about it, but then if I'm a little bit sick or I have my period or something, it's like the ultimate excuse, and I'm like, oh, that's it, I can't go to the gym today, or I'm gonna take the week off. And now it's like I can't take a week off. Like if I took a week off, I would just be miserable. I would be so unhappy if I had to miss that many days. Like I went to the gym even when I had my period, and that's different. I've never done that. So I go to the gym now 3 to 4 times a week. 3 times for sure. The fourth is usually I'll go after work to the pool, and that one varies because depending, something will come up like the pool will be closed, or that it's a Friday that I go usually. So something comes up, I can't go. So that fourth day of working out kind of is iffy, but 3 days for sure. If I don't do 3 days a week, I'm just like I feel disgusting now. So I like that because that's like what skinny people do. It's sort of like how skinny people are. Like for them, it's like I have to work out. It's not a option. It's a must. So I feel like that is a new trend in the way I think. And when I hear myself talking, I'm like, who is this person? Like, who are you? Or like my morning routine. This is another huge success with yoga. I have to do yoga every morning. 20 minutes. It's more like a stretching routine. It's not like a physical activity, like an exercise workout, but it helps me like get my body limbered up for the day so I don't feel stiff. I don't feel and I don't know, maybe it even gets my metabolism going. Maybe that's why I feel like I have to exercise later in the day. But it is like religious now. I have to do it. I think yesterday was the first time I got up in the morning and didn't do yoga, and that was because me and my husband went for an early morning walk. But we did it that night. Like I had to do it. If I don't do it in the morning, which I almost always do, I have to do it at night to make up for it. And I'm also starting to do it twice now because my husband likes to do it. I've converted him. He's becoming a yogi. And he does it at night, though. He doesn't like to get up in the morning, but he'll do it in the evening before we go to bed. So that one, it's hit or miss. We don't do it every single night. But still, it's like, and I don't even count that as part of my workout for the day. That's just something I do. And I'm happy that actually stuck because I've always loved yoga. I think physically I feel better when I'm doing yoga. Like just, at this age, back problems, knee problems, joint problems, like these are the things you deal with in your 40s and 50s and on, right? And they're the things that make you feel old, and they restrict your ability to enjoy life and to do things, and you feel like I'm getting old. So for me, yoga prevents all of that. I don't have back problems. I don't have like my knees. I've had knee problems for a while, so I'm recovering from that. But I'm feeling the flexibility in my knees now. Every single day, there's like an improvement, and like they're healing. So for me, yoga is like a healing thing. It's more like self-care more than exercise. So I feel like really good about that. And and on top of that, like self-care, I feel like I've really gotten good at things like routines, like facial care. I've gotten like an under eye cream, a microdermabrasion cream, a daily wash, a toner, and some masks. And I've made a daily routine of cleansing my face and putting lotions on and creams. And in October, I had like 2 facials, and I've had some massages, and just recently, because I have a steam room, like my shower becomes a steam room, so I turned the steamer on and did like a spa treatment for myself because of allergies. Like right now, it's dry and cold, so I've had really bad congestion and my skin's been itchy. And so I did the steam room. I used some olive oil on my skin and my scalp and my hair, and did a full facial treatment. So I've been really good with that, and I can see the difference. Like people have actually said to me that my skin looks brighter or glowing or whatever, and so I feel like I'm really scrubbing away a lot of that dead skin and maintaining the youth in my face. So that's something I should have started doing in my 30s, but I'm just excited that I've started this routine now, so that at least in my 50s, I can recover some of that damage, the sun damage, and aging, just kind of slow down the aging process of my skin. So that's something I feel really good about, and I've gotten into it and I enjoy it. And it's like playtime for me when I get to put on my makeup. And that's another thing, the makeup routine, daily, daily, daily. When I don't put on makeup, like right now, it's early. I just got up. I'm gonna go to the gym. I gotta go do my workout first. So I figure, why put on makeup? I'm gonna sweat and I'm gonna take a shower. So I'm just waiting till after my shower to put on my makeup. But daily makeup routine. Like people in my family are kind of like tripping because they're like, "Where are you going? Oh, why are you getting all dressed up? We're just going to the grocery store." And I'm like, "It doesn't matter. I have to put on my face, you know." And I mean, I don't go crazy. I'm not like going full blown facial makeup here, but there's just certain things I do now, like highlighting my eyebrows, putting a little mascara, a little color, evening out my skin tone. So, but still, like that used to be stuff I did only on special events, like weddings or parties. Now I do it on a daily basis. And for me, it's just the things I do to enjoy life or to enjoy my day. Like, food, and that's one of the, I guess, difficult parts with the gastric sleeve, that if you're not ready for it, you're going to hate it, is you can't enjoy food anymore. You just can't. I mean, maybe some people do, and I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. It's like I can eat food and it tastes and smells amazing, but then after the first bite or two, my stomach starts to just react, and it's kind of like either grumbling or gas or heartburn. And I've had like epic heartburn, like the worst heartburn ever, like acid burning, like it wants to come out of my throat like lava. It's so bad. And it sucks because it kind of ruins the experience. You kind of feel like, well, I don't want to eat anymore. Like, you're like enjoying it, and then all of a sudden you're like, screw this. I don't want to do this. And it sucks sometimes, like, especially if it's something you really like. Like yesterday we took Diego out for his birthday, and we got these delicious hot dogs, like different exotic hot dogs, and I had pheasant hot dog, and they had these great fries, like big juicy fries, and I wanted to really enjoy it. Like I wanted to eat the whole hot dog, and I wanted to have some fries, but I couldn't. Like 3 bites into the hot dog, and I was already starting to feel that heartburn. I had a few bites of fries, and that was it. Like I had to stop. Physically, I had to stop. Whether I wanted to, it didn't matter. I had to stop. And in hindsight, that's good because it stops me from overeating, but it's unpleasant when it's happening, and it kind of you have to really enjoy those few little bits of bites that you can get before it's too late. Like it's sort of like, okay, if you really like this, enjoy that bite, because you're not going to have many more bites before your stomach starts kicking in and trying to kick it back out. But I'm learning, I'm getting better at like just eating little bits at a time. Like instead of trying to eat a whole hot dog in one sitting, I'll maybe take 3 bites of it, save the rest maybe an hour later, eat a little bit more. Not that I necessarily have to eat a whole hot dog. I mean, it was just that moment, everyone else was eating and I didn't want to stop. But I gave the other half of my hot dog to my son and just that was enough, And it's fine because I have other things to fall back on that are worth it to me, where it's like, I don't care that I lost the ability to eat of a whole hot dog or fries or whatever yummy foods, right? I felt really good wearing my pleather, not real leather, but pleather moto jacket that day. And I had my jeans with a belt and my shirt tucked in, which I usually don't have because I have a big gut. So I was able to tuck in my shirt and show off a belt and wear these jeans. And people were like, oh my God, you look so thin. And not that I care about the reaction so much, but just that feeling of like, I feel like good, I look good, I feel good. And even though I'm in my 40s, I feel like I'm in my 20s, so it was like, that's the payoff. And then the makeup adds to it, being able to play with colors and do your face and see a transformation or your hair, like that's the compensation for that loss. It's sort of like, now that I can't enjoy food, I have to enjoy other things. So I enjoy doing facials. I enjoy putting on makeup and picking out clothes. I have a really nice closet right now full of cool clothes that I can't wait to wear. I'm like, oh, when can I wear this outfit? When can I wear that outfit? So that's sort of become my new compensation or the thing that I enjoy now, because the food thing is just not, I can't enjoy food. I mean, like I said, I can enjoy it for a couple of bites, but it's not like it used to be. And so these things that I do now that have been successful, exercise too. Exercising feels good. There's a few Zumba classes that I really love, and it's like the music and it's fun and entertaining. And I feel like, yeah, I'm burning calories, but mostly it's the fun factor. And so there's that. And again, the makeup and the clothes. So for me, that makes it worth it. But I think for people who think that they're going to do this surgery and continue to live life like they're used to living it, they're going to be miserable because you can't. You just cannot be the same person. If you are, you're fighting an uphill battle and you're going to be miserable and just unhappy and uncomfortable. So you have to be willing to change the person you are. To a certain extent. I mean, on the inside, you are who you are, but your priorities definitely have to change. Your values of what to put your time into. You have to put that time into yourself, and if you're not somebody who's comfortable with that or accustomed to it, like you would rather put everything into others, like you go shopping and buy clothes for other people before yourself, and so the only thing you do for yourself is stick food in your mouth, which is, very common. You can't do that anymore, so it sort of becomes like you're either going to get really depressed because you can't do that, or it's going to push you to take that extra time for yourself. And you would think that everyone would be on board with the idea of doing more for themselves, but it amazes me how resistant people are to take care of themselves. Like to them, it's very selfish, or they just don't know where to begin, or it opens up doors to other emotional issues that they may have that they don't want to deal with, so they'd rather just focus on other people. There's all kinds of things. We all have our thing, but this type of surgery really kind of forces you to confront that thing and deal with it, and you better deal with it or you're going to be very unhappy. I mean, that's just the bottom line of this surgery. But for me, that was great. I love that. Like for me, it was that kick in the pants that I needed, that just kind of, it's like having a built-in personal trainer inside of you. Like that personal trainer is there when you are like, I don't want to do it. And it's like, you need to do it. You need to do it. Come on, get up, go to the gym. You need to work out. You need to burn calories. Or like when I'm eating, it's like, stop eating, you're eating too much. You need to stop now. And it's like, okay, just stop yelling at me. that's a relationship that you definitely have to get used to. But I feel like that personal trainer is there to stop me from failing. It's not gonna let me fail. So that's nice. It is nice. I like it. Some people don't like it, but I like it. Like for me, that's how I operate. Um, something where I felt was epic fail. If you watched any of my earlier videos, I was working on cutting my whole nail biting habit. Well, that's not that's not going very well. um, it was hard. It's hard. I don't know. There's a couple of factors with it. Number one, it's after a while, I get like my fingers get almost itchy, like when I have polish or anything on my nails. Um, it like I have to pick at it and remove it and take things off, and so um, that was the start of it, right? It's causing my nails to be more brittle, and then the skin around my nails has been really dry, and so I like have all this skin peeling that I have to pick out with my mouth. And while my my fingers are there, it's like there's like a little bit of nail that's a little uneven, so it's like. And plus, number two, work has been very intense and kind of stressful. And so when I'm sitting and I have that pent up energy and I'm like, so it's like I need to bite my nails. So I've sort of reverted back to that. But I'm not happy about that. I'm not going to be in compliance with that. So my goal in the next month, so by my next monthly check-in, I am going to get my nails, get acrylics put on my nails, and just to kind of get back into that routine of excuse me for a second. My cats insist on trying to walk on my keyboard. And they caused my video to shut off last time, so I'm trying to keep them off the keyboard. Anyway, so I feel like at least if I have the acrylics, it's sort of like reset and let's start over again, and let's get the nails back on. And once the acrylics come off, I'll have some nail underneath, and I can put like what is that stuff that they put, gel nails, which is like kind of that in between. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm not gonna give up. So acrylic nails in the next month. I'm gonna go get that. Get a mani pedi, because my heels have been dry as heck, like dry and crispy. So I need to get like a pedicure. So that's one thing that I'm still working on. Another area that was an epic failure was food prep. I was so stoked with doing food prep, and I don't know. I can't do it. Like in the evening, I don't feel like packing a lunch. I don't feel like thinking about my next day the day before. Like it's been difficult. And maybe because I've started reverting to let me just take whatever's left over and pack that for tomorrow, and I don't necessarily want to eat leftovers, so I kind of, sometimes I'll just take it and it sits in the fridge at work, and I end up going out to buy food anyway. So I will take snacks, like I'll take, some cheese snacks or yogurt, things like that. So I am actually being good about the snacking, like having healthy snacks on hand. And then I'm buying lunch. So that's something I'm trying to readjust. So my goal is for this next month, is to go to Trader Joe's, get some good meals, and at least 3 days out of a 5-day work week, have food that I take instead of buying from like the cafeteria. And honestly, I haven't been that thrilled with the cafeteria food. Like they used to have things where you can pick your own, like it's by weight. So you can put as much as you want or as little as you want. But now they're doing more like these pre-made like combo plates for $7. And I literally am eating like a quarter of that plate and then throwing the rest away. So I hate that. I hate paying $7 and eating like a $2 worth of it. Pisses me off. And just throwing away the food, to me. Because I tried keeping it. I tried that. Like keep the rest for tomorrow, but it's the same dynamic. I don't want the next day leftovers and they end up sitting for 2 days, 3 days, and then they become gross and then I throw them away. So again, I just would rather have a small portion and it's fresh than a big portion that I have to divvy up between 3 days. So, and I think that's one of my problems with the food prep concept is you're prepping food in advance. So by the time you eat it, it's a few days old. It doesn't mean it tastes bad, but I don't know. It's just this thing. And maybe it's probably just me, but I don't know. So I figure I like Trader Joe's. I like to have like the salads, the frozen meals. Like they have different like things that are healthy, but not too big. And so I'm thinking if I can at least do 3 days a week, that's not bad, you know. And then like 2 days out of the week, I can just go out. And that gives me that wiggle room for spontaneity. So when I just feel like doing something different, I can go out and eat. But 3 days out of the week, I'm preparing a meal, so I have total control over how much calories and all that stuff. So, but even eating out, I've been trying to make smart choices, so I don't feel horrible. Like if I go somewhere, I'll try to go to like a health food cafe and get like vegetarian chili or salad, or like I'll try to pick healthy foods or protein meats like chicken versus eating high carb food. Although I have to say it's really weird. The high carb food goes down more easily. Like my stomach doesn't have a problem if I eat a lot of bread or rice. It has a problem when I try to eat things that have more spices or protein or vegetables. Vegetables like will give me gas. Or soup. I don't know what the hell with soup. Like if I have soup, I start getting gas. But if I eat, like I had birthday cake yesterday and my stomach was fine with that. Like, yeah, I'll have some birthday cake. Okay. I mean, I still eventually start to feel really full. I can't eat too much, thank goodness. But yeah, it's weird. So I have to like make the smart choices, but deal with the impact of the gas and the acid. So I have to keep those in the quantity small. But so yeah, I'm a little frustrated with my lack of ability to portion out like to food prep, but I'm working on that. I think 3 days a week is realistic. I think I can do that. Wins. Vitamins. I'm still using the vitamin patch. Love the vitamin patch. I had an experience where I didn't order fast enough, or I ordered on a Saturday, so I didn't get it until Tuesday. So I had to go like 2-3 days without my vitamin patch, and I could feel the difference. I was like, oh my God, I'm dragging. Why am I dragging? I'm so tired. And I was like, oh my God, it's the vitamins. So when that vitamin patch came, I was so happy to start using it again. So the vitamin patch has been awesome. Self-care routine, daily yoga, and going to the gym. So those are like huge changes where I have a set routine and I enjoy that routine and I don't foresee anything derailing that. So I talked about the bad side effects with the nasty heartburn. It's like sometimes, not all the time. Some days I have really good days and I don't have any problem with my stomach, but there are times the heartburn is so bad. Like the worst heartburn I've ever felt in my life. Like it's just literally like acid burning its way up my throat like lava. And it's so bad. And I'm just like, and it probably at its worst when I eat food that has a lot more seasonings, a lot more spices or flavor. Like I had some kind of a weird, okay, like I had kimchi fries and I had what is that stuff? Bulgogi beef. And the beef was a little hard, so that was hard to digest because of the meat. But the kimchi, which I love, but it's got vinegar and spices and it's cabbage. So there's like all these things working against me when I eat it. And so I'm still trying to eat it because I'm like, yummy, I love it. And the French fries is the oil. So the fried oil and the spiciness on top of the sour vinegriness and the cabbage, I felt I was dying. It was so bad. I was only able to take in like a few bites of it before I was like, okay, I need to stop. Now, granted, this is only 3 months post-op. And that's one thing is like, I don't even know what I'm not supposed to eat anymore. Like I pretty much eat whatever I want at this point. But when I can't handle too much, I just stop. So maybe that's the problem is that I'm just eating things I shouldn't be eating this early on. I think as I move on and, after 6 months, 7 months, a year, I'll be able to eat things without any issue. But the heartburn, man, it's horrible. And I'll use the Prazosec, but sometimes it's like not enough. Good side effects. Energy, burning need for exercise. I talked about that, and I just like I can't go without exercising. Like I cannot go a day. Like after a day, if I haven't worked out, something's wrong. Like I feel wrong, so I have to do it. So that's been good because it's been putting me in a really good workout routine, and it's just never a bad thing to me. I never think it's a bad thing to want to exercise, but it's definitely not something I used to feel before. So, I talked about how food basically can no longer be a source of pleasure. Like you have to basically redirect your energy into other things, um, which has been fine actually. Like a wedding event that happened earlier this month, I was what events are always boring for me because I'm sitting and we're just eating and whatever, right? And it gets boring. But then I was like, okay, what am I going to do? So I got up, I started taking pictures of the place, and then as soon as the music started, I was on that dance floor and I was dancing, 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 dancing nonstop. And I was just dripping sweat. And I would just come back to sit down and get a little bit of water, and I was back up there dancing. So I probably burned like a million calories that night, but it was fun. Like I had a good time, so it was just forcing me to get out of my comfort zone, get up there, do something. And even if, my husband, he couldn't keep up, no one could keep up with me. I would just dance by myself, and not alone. Like my husband's aunt, she likes to dance too. So me and her were up there, and if she'd get tired, her daughter would come out and dance with me. And then, then my husband would get up, and then my son would get up. So I was just dancing with different people. But it was great because I was getting a workout. I was enjoying the music, and it was just fun. And so that was my way of enjoying something versus sitting and eating. And, so it's kind of, pushing me to do more or socialize or interact more versus just sitting around and, quietly eating. So the holidays, I've survived Halloween and the potlucking and the candy barring. I'm not saying I didn't eat any of it, but I don't think I went as bad as I usually would. So the fact that I hit 189 is a testament to that. So now the next big one is going to be Thanksgiving and the family gathering and stuff. And again, I have to find ways to keep myself active and entertained during the gathering so that I don't go to food as my source of entertainment. So that's going to be my challenge. And my goal is to hit the 170s by January. So not 170, like 179.9. Now, considering the average of 3.5 pounds a week, it's attainable. So I think I can hit 179 by January in the next 2 months, maybe sooner. But that challenge is basically hinging on that I don't derail and start going backwards. But so far, so good. And I think I can do it. And especially if I really stay true to the whole, like, trying to eat healthy 3 times a week, like going to Trader Joe's or somewhere and getting healthy foods and meal prepping. So I'm not always just kind of winging it where I don't know what I'm going to end up eating that may or may not be good for me. So I think that'll help a lot. And just continuing to work out. I'm trying to get that 4th day cemented. It's been hard because, like, it's with, like, using the pool after work, which I look forward to. But something always seems to kind of come up that keeps me from being able to do it. Not each time, every now and then. So, but now I want to try to kind of make it where it happens so that I do my 4 days a week. I think 4 days a week is great. Like, if I can get up to 5 days a week, that's fine. But I think 4 days a week for me is like a really good routine. And on those days when I'm not exercising, I'm still doing my yoga. And if I can, I go for walks. So walking is still something. So as long as I'm doing that, I think if I can get a good solid 4 days a week workout and then the rest of the day just go for a walk and do yoga, I think I'll be good. I think that'll be a good life setup for life kind of thing. So that's it for my 3-month update. 189-pound Thoraya will be checking in on the 4-month point. And hopefully I'll be closer to that 179 goal by then. We'll see how it goes. And until then, happy holidays. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And I will see you later.